so the first thing to do is I spent all the money that I had, every dollar. Okay, so I have to hold L, the left trigger on the tax screen. Okay, so I'm holding L, and then I select Go with Figures. Okay, now I'm still holding L. Alright, now I'm still holding L, and I go back to the text screen. Which one of these is the text screen? Okay, still holding L, go back to the tax screen, set all dues to 100%. Exit the text screen, and then release L. Now when I release L, my dollars should jump up to just shy of 1 million. So here we go. Let's see if this works. Yeah, there we go. Alright, now that we have a virtually unlimited number of funds, I'll show you how to do a couple different strategies here. I'll show you the donut strategy first. So when two zones are next to each other, they may combine to form what's known as a top. The idea here is to maximize the chance of that happening. So we're going to put 8 together like that in the shape of a circle or a donut, and then we're going to put a high value property right in the middle. That should help them to become tops. When they form together, they become tops, and that's the basic donut strategy. This works on all the types of zones, but you're going to need stuff to put in the middle of them. The gifts you get are usually pretty good. Police departments and fire departments usually help out pretty well. And the reason that you'd want to do this is because tops give out more money per year. So it's a pretty solid strategy. And we'll stick another residential donut over here. And because it doesn't harm your pollution or your traffic, you want to use mass transit in between the donuts. Bring power to that. And I wish I had an amusement park or casino to stick in the middle of that. Maybe I'll wait on that one. I have a fire department here and a police department there, so I don't want to put another one down so close. I mean, I could. There's no harm in it. Okay, brownouts. Instead of building another power plant, I'm going to... Oh, let me set the speed back down to... Instead of building another power plant, we're going to delete that one and stick a nuclear power plant there. That should fix the brownouts temporarily. Alright, it's saying I need more roads, so I can put more roads down just to appease the computer. You don't even really need to go anywhere. Okay, so that's the basis of the donut strategy. Once I have a casino or a amusement park. I could put it down in the middle here. You can kind of keep an eye on your zones here with this tool. It lets you look and see if they're low, medium, high, or tops. I don't have, oh, uppers, forgot uppers. I don't have any tops yet, but that's cool. It's still early, that's to be expected. I mean, this is kind of a long-term strategy. You're kind of laying out the infrastructure for better things later on, more returns later on. See, we're not making a profit now because there's so many unnecessary police departments and fire departments. Okay, so now I want to show you some zone stacking. This is kind of like, this takes a lot of patience, but it pays off. When you're zone stacking, you're going to be doing it basically with residential zones. The idea is to fit as many residential zones in the smallest space possible. I like to do zone stacking near the coasts. It's a little bit trickier, but because of the increase in land value, you know, better return for your investment comes out of that. So the basis of zone stacking is you delete houses as they pop up and build another zone as close as possible to the previous zone. It is a game of patience here. So we have to wait for houses to start popping up. I'll put some out here too, just so we can kind of start working both sides of this this body of water. Okay, so you have to keep in mind how large the zones are. Now what I do is after I delete a house, I put power lines up so that another house won't take its place. When you're zone stacking and the houses keep popping up, it can be a nightmare. But yeah, you want to keep in mind how large the zones are. I mean, they're all 3 by 3, but you kind of you have to incorporate that into your zone stacking strategy. Like, I can tell that because of the water, I'll be able to put one here, but I won't be able to put one here. And I can't, I can delete individual houses, you see, but if I tried to delete that R, the whole zone would disappear. I don't want the whole zone to disappear. The idea here is that you're able to make as much as you would with a full residential zone, but you can do that twice over because you can fit more zones in. So they all make you the same amount of money, but they take up less space. So I just stacked that zone on top of that zone. I'll do the same over here. Okay, and now I can tell, because of the geography here, I can tell that I'm going to want to put a residential zone here. I can't put it here because that's too over the water. I can't put it here because that's too over the water. I want to put it here, which means I'm going to have to delete any houses that spawn within the brackets of the area that I want to place the zone. That's one of those houses. That's one of those houses. It's a very esoteric strategy, and you kind of have to develop a feel for it. You can build right along the coast most of the time. Because of this particular layout, I can't do anything with this zone yet. I can't build right off of it, but I can build here. So I got something cooking over there. Got something cooking over here. So yeah, it's a pretty esoteric strategy, but you get a feel for it. And basically, the more R's you have, like each R represents an entire zone. So if you can squeeze more into a smaller space, you're making just as much money as you would, as you would otherwise, and then more on top of that. And like I said, building next to the coast makes for an even greater return because the land value on the coast is much higher. Now, see, this is what I was waiting for here. I can delete this house and these 3 houses, and then stick a residential zone right there. And then later on, I can put one there. And then after that, I can put one there. So you have to it's like chess almost. You kind of have to plan ahead and see what the next moves are going to be. Like, I know I want to put one there. I know I want to put one there. And then you can just kind of branch it out from there. Like, it just keeps growing. And then you find a nice place to stop, which would usually be like a road or something. Here. I just wanted to show you some of the zone stacking so you can kind of see the strategy of it and see how it's implemented. See, and once you do this like along the whole coast, it looks really nice because there's no empty spaces. It's all houses. it looks really nice once you get it that far. There's one more I want to put down, like oh, okay, a stadium. I'll put it next to this donut. It might increase the land value a bit. And then once I put a amusement park or casino in the middle of that donut, it should really work. So I'd like to put a residential zone there, but I can't yet because I need it on the bottom left of that top right. I need a house on the bottom left of that top right residential zone. And then I'd build one there, and then I'd build one there. But yeah, that's the idea, just to try to fit as many zones in the smallest space possible. I mean, there's a lot more to it. Like, later on, you can really get into some deep strategy, you know, and this is a quick look kind of thing. I just wanted to get a little bit out there, show you some strategies. You know, you got your basic donut here. In fact, there's some tops right now in that upper left residential area. You see how the zones have fused together, and there's like high-end buildings here and here. That makes a lot of money, so that's pretty much how you do it. It's just a really good game. It's a joy to play. I mean, you can just play it for fun and not worry about zone stacking, not worry about donuts or anything like that. I mean, just play it for fun. I mean, that's kind of what it's about anyway. It's just this is kind of a hard game to last in. Like, once your city becomes so big, you know, you really have to have some really solid infrastructure behind it. Otherwise, it's, you know, you're going to crumble. It's going to crumble under its own weight. But yeah, that's SimCity. And that was Gridish Plays. Thanks for watching. See you next time.